Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Oshi no Ko Season 2, Episode 7. So, last episode was amazing. We had a lot of Melt focus, which was great because I've been loving his character development from, the beginning when it seems like, because of how they talked about the show and how it was failing, I thought he was the problem, which he, in a way, was, but it was more so the people who hired him and made it more of like a model show than it was anything else, and they didn't care about the acting. That was like the first problem. But then also, no one ever told him that his acting was bad. He lived through life thinking he was perfect at everything, so this was a big wake up call for him. But in light of it, he worked really hard, and I loved the advice that was given to him by Aqua, saying, "Hey, if you can't get good for the whole play, get good for the one moment, and they'll remember you for that." And he practiced that 1 minute on stage with all of his effort, and it seemed like it looked really good to me and seemed really well received by the audience. So I'm really happy for him, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of this play and seeing what Aqua's managed to accomplish, and if he can overcome to be able to do some emotional acting. We'll see. We're gonna start here, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. I am gonna clean my glasses since we're going right into the opening. Sorry, I also forgot to turn subtitles on. Alright. Not perfect, but good enough for now. Also, the moment last episode with the Abiko almost like freaking out about that scene being played out, like that just gave me like chills and hypeness of like almost brought me to tears because I was just so happy for everyone for bringing her dream alive. Even though she was being a bit bratty about it at first, but I get it. Oh, damn. Did she kind of cover for it? Did she realize? Yeah. Damn. Well done, Kana. Yeah. That was good. Awesome. I love the behind the scenes because that's the kind of thing that, like, no one probably even knows that that was ad libbed. Damn. They've always talked about how she's so good at that, too, right? Like, adapting to the people she's with. Hmm. Oh, is that our boy? There he is. Interesting. So his character, I didn't pick up on that, is normally very cold and not human like. He just said, "Can you try to touch on human bits a bit, you know? Like touch on your humanity." And he didn't. But then he's supposed to have an emotional moment, so that's going to be very impactful. Uh cool. Wow. I like how I showed kind of watching. It's very captivating immediately, I feel like. Ooh. Wow, cool. Why are my eyes watering? I'm like getting chills that are making my eyes water from this. I love this shit. Mmm. Man, my eyes are watering. Cool. I like the scene transitions behind him and stuff. I like the music too. Oh, alright. Nice. Alright. Ooh. Okay, so Toki goes against Blade. I didn't realize that. Where are we now? Oh. Oh. This is why they had such a rivalry. She fights Saya and he fights Toki. Cool. Look at that. Setting. Hmm. Oh. A little bit of rivalry is coming in to the play. Oh, she's not gonna too. Oh. Oh. There's more to the story. Alright, let's see it. We're gonna see it, aren't we? Oh. Who's this? Is this... Was this her mom? I can't remember what her mom looked like. We saw her mom once, right? Oh. Oh, this is a... This is a part. She was known for crying as a kid. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Look at little Akane. Oh, what a supportive family. Oh, yeah, Pokemon. Ooh, wow. Did she kind of become an actor to be friends with Kana? Little sparkles in her eyes. Working hard. Oh, she's even eating her greens. So she can grow up strong and healthy. I'm getting sad thinking that this poor girl with these dreams and ambition almost ended it. So sad. Oh, little creepy Aqua. Read the same thing she did when she was old. Aww. Aww. She even got a similar hairstyle. Uh, but Kana is very cocky at this point, right? Doll. Oh, he thinks she's Kana. Oh no. Yeah. She met her hero, but behind the scenes, Kana was a little brat at this point, right? Look at that little outfit on Kana. It's so frilly. Mm, wow. That sucks. Oh. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Hmm, that sucks that she's like thinking like this at such a young age. So, she does care. Damn. All she wanted to do was be friends. Oh. Yeah. I think both sides, like the silhouettes of adults, like she's walking into like a different world than Akane is in, you know? Yeah, I mean, I think she was hurting because, oh my god. She's just always too short. Oh, she got it, though. Oh, psychology. This is why she's good at understanding people. Why she was able to look at Ai and just, like, figure out so much about her. She just studied the crap out of psychology. That's really interesting. Oh. So... Hmm... Oh. Wow. That visual. The music. Oh my god, that's creepy. Holy shit. What the heck? Oh, that was like a beautiful scene and just got like, that sent chills down my spine. What the hell? She's gonna... She was the stars. Yeah. Wow. She wants to... She wants to bring the old Kana back. Damn. Oh, the star. Like in the eyes. That was cool. Hmm. Yeah. That's what she did earlier too, is she just matched the guy who made the mistake. And that's what she's always done. Cool. Oh shit. Oh, whatever they get the stars in the eyes, it's so cool. At least when they're like not always there, you know? It's really fascinating that sometimes where the characters, oh cool, that's a big set of them fighting, that's awesome. Oh. This is so cool, I'm tearing up again. Whoa. Come on, let's get the stars in Kana's eyes. Sometimes we've had, like, the galaxy in Kana's eyes. I don't know if we've ever seen the stars in her eyes. Like, whoa, cool. Aww. That's fun seeing her. Aww. Oh my god. Oh, little her. Is she remembering? Tears. Oh, come on. She almost broke out of her shell. And then she's just held back. This is almost like her PTSD in a way. Like the hurdle that Aqua has to overcome. Oh, shit. Damn. No, girl. No, you gotta try to. What happened to the competition? Hmm. Oh, wow. Damn. How do you pull her out of this in the middle of a performance? Hmm. I'm guessing they're still continuing on with the play and everything. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, see, that's why I kind of thinks she's like that. That's what she hates about her, but she's trying to help her. Ooh. Oh, he knows. Exasperating. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Does Aqua have some advice? Alright. Cool. I'm hyped. Oh my god. Sun. Ooh, that's cool. Wow. That was a really good episode. Holy crap. Like, I had just like moments. This rarely happens when I watch shows where my eyes just start watering, not necessarily out of like sadness, but out of like hype, I guess, or just like so much enjoyment. Like, I don't know. It's really weird. It's like so out of my control. I don't even know what causes it, and that rarely happens for me. So that was really cool. Okay, so in the beginning, we had a great example of current Kana, which Akane hates, right? Which was her ad-libbing that one scene, which I still think that was really good. I don't think that's an exact example of what Akane is talking about, but it is similar of her, like, stepping, like, matching the people she's acting with rather than trying to surpass them. Um, but But yeah, so that was cool though, because I like seeing behind the scenes, because there's a lot of times in productions like that where if you're in the audience and you don't know the script, you probably don't even know that that was like that. That is it, by the way, guys, for episode 7. But yeah, if you were in the audience, you may not even know that that was something that was ad-libbed there. So that's like, because one, she did it so well, and two, you don't know the scripts, you don't know that it wasn't supposed to be in there in the first place. So but she did it very well. That was really cool. I love moments like that, and I like seeing the background of it. But the rest of the episode was super focused on. I mean, mostly, obviously, we had some scenes in the play that weren't just them, but the meat of this episode was Akane and Kana. And sorry if Akane, Kana, I may accidentally say one name as the other here and there. I may have already done it just because they're so close, in like the way you say them, kind of. Um, so I apologize if, while I'm rambling, I just accidentally mutter the wrong name. But yeah, we had Akane's flashback to her, watching the acting of Kana and being inspired by it. And then, by the time it seems like that was some of her very earlier stuff, right? When she was a lot more brighter and the original Kana. Now, I'm gonna say this, it reminds me so much of Your Lie in April, right? Like, especially with Emmy in that story, is someone who witnessed the main character's Arima uh, witness his piano playing at a young age, and it was very like beautiful and full of life and everything. And then as he grew up, it became a lot more robotic and didn't have that life that she enjoyed. And that's why when she like challenged him by playing her piano, she did it in a way to try to wake him up from this like slumber he had been in. It feels very similar to that, where Akane witnessed Kana's skills at a young age before she kind of just started matching toe with the other actors, and she's trying to pull that back out of Kana. Now, not super successfully in this case, but hopefully with whatever Aqua adds to this dynamic, hopefully they manage to drag this out of her. But yeah, anyway, by the time she met her, she was already starting to get more calloused. She was talking about like this industry's all about money. It's all about the show making money too. So, she's starting at a young age. She's starting to experience this world of grown-ups that maybe she at that age isn't healthy for her to have, encountered. And because of that, they said Akane was saying at that point, Kana's acting jobs had already started to dry up, and she started doing like the singing and stuff like that. So, she's feeling frustrated too. And then there's that moment when she like around the time when she really goes off on Akane. And I love that little Akane, a child at a young age, you don't understand people very well, right? So you're like, she's sitting there thinking to herself like, what why was she like that to me? Like, instead of getting mad at her and being like, I hate this girl for the rest of my life, she was like, I want to figure this out. And so she goes and reads psychology books at a young age. That's really interesting. And the cool thing is that really helps her as an actor too, because it helps her get her mind into the headspace of what these characters she's playing are like, and is probably what makes her such a phenomenal actress, is being able to like resonate with these characters so well. But despite all of that, she was mainly doing it to try and figure out why Kana was the way she was. Because, as me being an adult, it's pretty easy for me to be like, oh, okay, Kana doesn't really mean the thing she's saying to her. She's spouting spouting the corporate line, even though I know it's not like just a one corporation, but she's spouting the rules of acting and the way it is from her perspective and what she's experienced. It's all about making money and picking whoever has the name clout and rigging these competitions and all these things. But really, all those things are frustrating her, and that's really easy for me to see. And that's why she lashed out so hard at Akane. It was like, she probably can't really lash out at the adults, right? So she vented her problems on someone that she could have beneath her. And it's sad, but I I doubt she really meant to upset Kana in that. I mean, Akane in that situation, right? So, but yeah, really fascinating to see like a kid try and process that information and try to figure out what it was that she was doing. Very cool. And just the idea, like the rigged competition. Now, at first, I thought it was one of those things where, okay, we'll do the auditions, but we know we're probably gonna pick this person. You know, like I figure that's probably a. I imagine that happens in a lot of auditions where they're like, you know, maybe they look at the list of names or something of people that are coming into audition, and one of them is someone that stands out to them, and they're like, oh, I kind of hope this one ends up winning, but let's go look at the others, you know? Um, I thought it was something like that, but it seems much more nefarious, where maybe even before the competition began, they were just like, yeah, we're picking Kana. Like, it was set in stone, it seemed like, which really stinks, because that means all the effort that Akane put in didn't matter, you know, because it was always going to be Kana that won. And I think that's probably another thing that frustrated Kana is, you know, even Akane said it, like, are you okay with this? Like acting should be, you know, picked because of the skill of the acting, and we know that Kana loves acting as well. So, you know, I think she did agree with Akane there, but she was just so frustrated that she lashed out. So very, very interesting. I love the moment when the stars came in the eyes. I wanted to talk more about it in the episode, then I realized I shouldn't rant and actually pay attention to what's going on, because sometimes I mess that up. But really, what I wanted to talk about in the episode was, I mean, I briefly did, but it's really cool how some of the characters that aren't, because Aqua and Ruby and I always had them in their eyes, so I don't know. I really do wonder what the symbolism is of Aqua and them having them in their eyes. Now, granted, sometimes they're more dull and sometimes they flare up at certain moments, but I wonder if there's supposed to be some kind of symbolism of them always having them in the eyes, because it doesn't seem like the other characters can see it, right? I think we established that, right? So, I think it's just something for the audience. But if that's the case, why those three specifically to always have it and then give it to some of the other characters sometimes? Is it supposed to be that, like, at all hours of the day, these characters are encompassing what it means to be a performer, maybe? Whereas some of these other characters are coming in at certain moments and really like activating that side of them. I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be something like that or some kind of other symbology that I'm not picking up on, but I just found it really interesting. But I do like seeing the other characters get the stars in their eyes. And I have a feeling like that's something I don't think we've seen of Kana yet, and I might just get the, you know, those chills I was talking about that end up causing like my eyes to water. I have a feeling those are gonna hit me like a ton of bricks, and I'm gonna like I might start tearing like completely up if we have a moment, like if we have a moment coming up here with them trying to pull Kana out of her funk. If we see those stars show up in Kana's eyes, because that would just be so cool for her character. But yeah, I do understand, like, I'm not saying what Kana's doing is wrong. I understand why she's doing it. She's playing it safe, right? Just like what Gotanda, I think is his name or something like that, said. He was like, she's doing, like, she's perfect for a director. She does exactly what the director says and even supports the other actors. And, you know, the episode was called Sun, you know, that like the moment when she's standing in front of the spotlight and like she's like the light shining on her, on Akane, and she's like, I'll shine this light, I'll shine the spotlight on you, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really funny that we have Kana, who came into this wanting to beat Akane, but then ended up falling back into her normal funk. And then we have Akane, who is trying to get Kana to beat her, right? Like, that's her goal, is for Kana to push. And I love how the misunderstanding between Akane and Kana, with Kana hating Akane uh because she seems like she's always saying her acting is right. That's not really the case. It's, you know, it's not that Akane wants to come off egotistical like this, it's that because she's trying to get Kana to come out of her funk. You know, she's trying to help Kana, but Kana's just interpreting it the wrong way, I guess, and seeing it as like my acting's always right. Granted, to be fair, I think Kana is interpreting it the right way, but Kana currently thinks that her acting is right too. She said that this episode, like, I'll show that my acting is the correct way, you know. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just so excited to watch more, guys. There were so many more scenes I didn't talk about that were just beautiful in the way that they were portrayed in symbology and stuff like that. It was just so good. I loved some of the moments of like when the makeup and everything peeled away from Akane, and same thing happened to Kana. It was just a really cool moment to have it just like dip back into their, you know, into them, and then just rolling back all the way to Akane being a kid too was just really cool. There was just some beautiful like artwork too, and then hell, that freaking moment of Kana, like what even happened there? Let me, because that was like that like kind of scary moment, if you know what I'm talking about. It was almost like Kana was, yeah, I think it was right here. So she kind of like was going with the flow, right? Effectively did the jobs they asked of you, and we have her just kind of like running in the darkness, getting older. And then, oh, that was such a beautiful scene of her like running at Bikamachi, like when she started to do the whole like look at me, you know, like it's almost like she started to come out of her shell with that, and then when she took this next role, she fell right back into it. You plan to live your life together with everyone, right? And then we have like the light coming in, and then we just have the hard cut, hard music stop to just freaking Princess Saya and I'm sorry, I can't remember what Kana's character's name is in the play, like looking at each other like deadpan staring at each other down. I don't know. That was just such a chilling moment. Like instant chills down my spine. That was crazy. But that won't do. That sort of acting is all wrong. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Like I said, so many beautiful moments in the way they portray it, and the art of it is just fantastic. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Can't wait to watch more. Thank you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. Links in the description below should be popping up on the screen. Get 2 more episodes ahead of time so you guys can see what happens next. Well, I'm sure you already know what happens next, but my reaction to what happens next on there if you want to support the channel. There's also the Patreon show tier, which has extra content on there as well that isn't even released to YouTube yet. So check all that out. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.